Good morning. And today again we talk. But today we talk about children. Not my children, not your children, but some of our children. The children not of the baby boomers, but the children of the millennials. Those are the children today between the age of 19 to 24 that are of the most crucial importance. These children studying in the schools and the colleges are not aware, most of them, that whatever they are learning in the universities and the colleges is not of major significance. And when they go in life, the first thing they have got to do is to unlearn what they have learned. Especially in this age where change is so rapid that overnight the skill demands change. The skill matrix that you might have developed may be of no value at all by the time you enter the market. So what to do? You have to have both the short-term and the long-term strategy to be successful to land a job. Jobs are not available on a platter for you to come, pick and choose. So how about being prepared? Well, these comments are just introductory and are not meant to be exhaustive, but then they do point a way out. You must be aware that in the next quarter century, most of the jobs that are deemed to be exceedingly well-paying and prestigious jobs would simply not be there. They would not exist. And the new jobs that are going to come would be such that you may not have dreamt them of. So you have got to be ready with a skill called learnability. You have to be capable enough to learn the skill overnight and ensure the application of that skill to the jobs that might emerge and may not be today. People study economics and people study physics. But do you know a new discipline has emerged, and that is econophysics. This is application of physics to economics. Of this specific discipline we shall talk sometime else. But then today, as I said, I'd like to give a couple of hints to the children of the millennials whose future in the job market would be dicey. 80% of the jobs being done today in the next 2 decades, not even a quarter of a century, but in the next 2 decades, 80% would be taken over by robots. The artificial intelligence is emerging at a speed you cannot imagine. And when the robots take over, the job context of the humans would automatically undergo a sea change. But then that doesn't mean that there's going to be a shortage. Jobs would always be there. They would be in new disciplines, in new eras, in new sectors, in new fields. And that is where what we call learnability comes in. Either you prepare and forecast what sort of skill sets are required and start learning today, or as soon as you are capable or as soon as you have the opportunity, learn the new skills and use them. I'm not going to talk of the specific jobs, but I'm going to talk to you about the skills to get over. As we said, Learn the technology. Be capable enough to understand the new technologies. Keep your options open. There was a time when the parents used to think a doctor or engineer are the best jobs. They might be very good jobs even today, and they'll continue to be. But there'll be much better job options available to you. That's why I'm saying keep your options open. If you can handle robotics, informatics, the field is much more open and uncluttered than being just an engineer or a doctor or a lawyer. And as I said first, stick or twist. Now, something I'd like to tell you, if you have a job while you are still in school, there is every chance that you will have a better job because you are going to develop contacts with the employers and understand the psyche of the employers. It has been observed that those students who have a job in the school perform much better later in life. Even if you are a janitor, even if you are a page boy, even if you are an intern, but getting a job during school days is of extreme importance. And if you can do that, you shall be sowing the seeds of a much better and much better, brighter future. So first thing is keep a job today. But then the point is, do you stick to it or you twist? If you really want to progress, keep twisting. Don't remain static. I'm always saying the change is better. But the change must be always there. At that time it might look to you, it might appear to you and to your parents that what a thing, you have come down, your salary is reduced. No. It gives you a wider experience. And more wider an experience you have, the better you would be at understanding human nature and have a window on more opportunities. So keep twisting, don't be static. That's what I say. Stabilization is required when you have crossed the Middle Ages. Till that time you don't need to be stable. You need to be, as I said, twist. You remember that old dance, twisting. So be twisting in your career options as well. And then keep learning all the time. Most important is be disruptive. Now you are entering an era when disruption would be required. There was times when anybody who was disruptive was thought to be bad. Even today, in some societies it's bad, but in the field of knowledge, disruption is something good. All creativity, all progress is by the disruptionist. Can you imagine Jack Ma, when he started Alibaba, would become a world figure? Or for that matter, Mark Zuckerberg, when he started Facebook, would be what he is. These young people were disruptionists. They broke with the trend. And when they broke with the trend, they became the trailblazers. You need to be that if you want to be that. But even if you don't want to be that, and even if you have no claim to that sort of a genii, you can definitely do better, provided A, you have a capacity to learn, B, you are a disruptor. By disruptor, I don't mean to say a destroyer. They are two different things. Destroyer and disruptor. Don't be destroyer, be a disruptor. Stop the gap, think about it, charter a new way. That's disruption. When the whole thing is going smoothly and you charter a new way, you are starting a revolution. And that revolution can be a revolution in your career, in matrix of your life, your profession. And then your passion. You see, I have seen When young people come to me for advice, I tell them, what do you want to be? And the reply is, my dad wants to be XYZ, my mom wants to be ABC. I'm thinking, what is it? Act. Thinking will come later on. As I always said, when you are in a doubt between head and the heart, follow the heart. The urgings of your heart, the emotion that comes out of your intuition, that comes out of your soul, are the emotions that should guide you. And guide you still more when it's a question of your vocation. Now what we do is we normally take up a job as a vocation, as a profession, not as a passion. When you combine the job of a profession with passion, then that becomes a worship. And that is the start of your steep incline upwards, not downwards. It's tough. But if the things are going easy, then you can be sure you are going downhill. Going up is always tough. So these children need at least the capacity to learn, a capacity to charter new ways, to be disruptionist, and to have instant reaction to the changes. Many times what happens, that when you want to go into a new career, there would be people who will be saying, don't do it. Your parents, your friends, your well-wishers. Well, you are earning well. Why do it? As a matter of fact, when you are doing well, that's the time to change and look for the new opportunities. New opportunities, you will have less competition, more freedom, and ability to go much further. Let the cluttered fields be for the average person. Each one of you has the capacity to be different than the average. So I stress today again, A, make learnability a habit. B, keep twisting mentally. Think of the new ways. Be prepared for the change. Be technology savvy. Be a disruptionist. Be a knowledge seeker. Combine your passion with vocation. And these are pointers, as I said earlier, in your search for a new career, a new vocation. And if you follow these, when others are lost in the deserts, you would have found your oasis of success, oasis of well-being, and you will be looked upon with envy by your mates. The people who say that you are no good would marvel at what you have done. Don't be bothered for the failures. As a matter of fact, I don't say failures are welcome. No, they are not. But they are a good teacher. And most important, know thyself. Know your capabilities. And if you lack capabilities, don't forget you can develop them. And when I say you can develop them, I come back to the first pointer, learnability. Go forth in the world, armed with the new technologies, new knowledge, armed with the capacity like a sponge to absorb new things, and also have the courage to face odds. But most important, have a knowledge base, be a disruptionist, don't be afraid, and be prepared for the new challenges. The time duration is not such. The subject is vast. But these pointers should be sufficient enough for you to start start with a new hope and with a vision to have new conquest. Have a nice weekend.